Hi there. My name is Dr. Diallo, an academic coach and a test prep expert with Study.com. Are you currently planning to take the FTCE Middle Grade Social Science 5 through 9 with testing code 038 assessment? This assessment covers the subtopic of knowledge of civics and government. If so, you are in luck because I am here to walk you through a few sample test questions and multiple test taking strategies. Let's get started by taking a look at problem number 1. If the Federal Court of Appeals decides to send a case back to a federal district court for further proceedings because they do not agree with the original decision of the district court, the case is said to be blank. A, appellatized, B, paneled, C, remanded, or D, docketed. So as we look back at the question, we notice that a federal court of appeals has made a decision to send a case back to the federal district court because it does not agree with the district court's decision. So what is the name of the term when this happens? Well, the correct answer is remanded. Appellate courts will return or remand a case back to a district court if they feel the original decision should be reversed. They will offer the district court their reasons for guidance. The other terms, appellatized, paneled, and docketed, have different meanings and are not the correct word for the definition presented in the question. Therefore, answer choice C, remanded, is the correct answer choice. When were the Articles of Confederation adopted? A, at the same time that the Constitution was ratified. B, before the Constitution was ratified. C, after the Constitution was ratified. Or D, in 1876. So within the question, we are focusing our attention on Articles of Confederation adoption date. Well, the Articles of Confederation were adopted before the Constitution was ratified. It was the first document that formed the federal government of the United States. It was superseded and nullified when the Constitution went into effect in 1789. The other answer choices, A, C, and D, are different dates in the history of the United States and are important. However, the Articles of Confederation were adopted in B before the Constitution was ratified. Select the term that refers to the development of a military force as a form of threat to another state. A, diplomacy, B, deterrence, C, sanctioning, or D, containment. We are trying to find out what it is to refer to the development of military force as a form of threat. Well, deterrence is a political approach that focuses on building up a military to pose a threat to another nation or state. The objective is to deter the other nation or state from taking action against the country. Diplomacy, sanctioning, and containment are all important key vocabulary dealing with legal and military matters. However, the only word that means the development of a military force as a form of threat to another state is B, deterrence. The necessary and proper clause was used to determine the ruling in which court case? A, McCulloch versus Maryland, B, Gideon versus Wainwright, C, Schenck versus United States, or D, Engel versus Vitale. When we look at the question, we are focusing our attention on necessary and proper clause and which court case it was used to make a ruling in. Well, per the Supreme Court's ruling in McCulloch versus Maryland, Congress has the right to carry out implied constitutional duties, as identified via the necessary and proper clause within the Constitution. Answer choices B, C, and D are other important historical cases. However, they were not utilizing the necessary and proper clause to determine the ruling of those cases. Therefore, answer choice A, McCulloch versus Maryland, is the correct answer choice. It's not a bad idea, though, to study these other cases in case these questions are what's actually on your test. I sure do hope that you found that video to not only be helpful, but also informative. For more practice, check out our FTCE Middle Grades Social Studies 5 through 9 038 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head on over to Study.com and check out our FTCE Middle Grades Social Science 5 through 9 test prep course. Those who utilize Study.com's resources usually boast a 92% passing rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice problems, and short targeted video lessons, specifically developed based on the latest testing updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all of the current and latest FTCE testing updates. Thank you so much for watching. Happy studying.